Hey, this is Ted Aguilar from Death Angel, and you're watching The Age of Metal.
Twisted, beaten, and now ripped apart. The black hopeless days of a once burning heart. The pain of the process, your sick little plan. You buried the hope, but you can't kill the man. You're sanely disguising the route that you took to impale my dreams on your rusted thought hook. You fled from the scene, I was dumped in a can. You buried the hope, but you can't kill the man. Wrung out and torn to shreds. Heartless the way you bled. Discarded, left for dead. Wrung out and torn to shreds. Heartless the way you bled. Dark days that I now dread. Discarded, left for dead. Hello everyone, this is Miguel with DH Metal, and I'm here with Ted of none other of Dead Angel. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Pretty good. Well, this is a kind of a long tour. I was making this tour with Children of Bodom and Tier comparison with your headlining tour last year.
It's been a good tour. I think it's a total of, I believe, 6, 7 weeks with Children of Bodom and Tyr. The difference, the different crowd. I mean, Tyr and Bodom totally draw a different crowd than our crowd. Our crowd's more of, thrash metal, and Tyr's kind of like that, I don't know, pagan folk type metal. And it's Bodom, and they have their own scene. So, we were just hanging out after the show last night in Santa Ana with Bodom, and we were just talking about how this tour is great. A great package. 3 different bands, different styles of music, and everyone's coming to the shows excited. So, but the tour is going good so far.
How the you know the different crowds, the crowd from Tier and the Tier from the crowd for Children of Bodom have received you guys? Because I mean, it's two different sides of the coin.
It very is, and we've been getting received really well. I mean, it's really shocking. I mean, we go up on stage, and you see all these new faces, and we just go out there and try to win them. And every night has been great, and we've been getting received really well. And, we couldn't thank Bodum enough.
So you can say that you picked up some fans along the way.
Yeah, I would like to say. So it's exciting. It's awesome.
Well, that's great to know. Last year, the Dream Calls for Blood was released in October, um, and it has a huge reception. It reached 72 on the Billboard 200. How important is for you guys getting into that Billboard thing, or into the whole chart thing, knowing that the Angels being a band of people, a thrash metal band, not caring for those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, well, we were excited that we found out that we reached 72. It wasn't something we were striving for. It wasn't something like, okay, we're gonna write an album so we could get on Billboard. We just wrote an album that we loved, that we felt really good about, and that's just an icing on the cake, knowing that your album hit Billboard, and we're like excited about it. But we wrote an album we like, and first and foremost that we love, that we're happy with, and once you release it out there, it's out of your hands, and the reception has been great. Not only on Billboard, but we did number 4 in Guitar World. We did Album of the Year in Aardschok magazine in Holland, and it's very overwhelming. The feeling is great, So I don't know what to say. It's awesome.
In contrast with the last record, how do people have, I mean, accept the new album?
They accepted it great, I mean, some people I've talked to along the way, press and fans, always ask how you going to top Relentless Retribution. And at first, I mean, Relentless is a great album. I thought, how are you going to top it? Well, you know what? You just can't top it. You just have to just write, We don't look and, think about how we're going to write a better one than that. We just write music.
So do you think that the wave of success of Relentless helped the new album to, to gain more fans and to, get more deep into the fans that you guys had already?
I think so. With Relentless, we toured for 3 years on that album, having to be road dogs for 3 years. And, you know, and also hitting territories we'd never hit before: South America, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and also doing tours, with our peers, Anthrax and Testament, and Sepultura, Creator, Exodus, and all that touring we did, and everything we did for that album kind of helped with this album.
The album was produced by Jason Suko.
Yes.
How was the experience of working with him? Because I mean, he has kind of like a different approach to bands, and knowing that Dead Angel has been one of those bands that came with the trash wave back in the 80s. How was the experience of working with him?
Experience has been great, especially on this album, The Dream Calls for Blood, because we worked with them on Relentless, and at the end of the recording process for Relentless, we were just friends. It was comfortable, and when we started writing for The Dream Calls for Blood, we knew just by hearing the material, like, we have to go back to Jason. So we went back to Jason. It was just a really comfortable experience. He knows us, I mean, there's a lot of push and pull with him, but that's just how it is. But he knew we're like a thrash band, an old school band, and he's a modern day metal guy. So we kind of like combine both of those worlds together. He didn't actually turn us into like, you need to sound like this. He knows what our sound is, and he goes, okay, let's just sprinkle my ideas on top, and we sprinkled ours, and we got a good results, and we got Dream Calls for Blood and Relentless Retribution.
Definitely. Well, I mean, last month, you guys were at the Kick Hammett Fear Fest in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I understand how was the event for you guys, and how was like the experience to go back on stage with Kirk?
Oh man, his Fear Fest Evil Festival was awesome. I mean, it was this a convention of all his horror collection, and there was
Are you
panels.
a horror fan?
I'm not a horror fan, but I like horror.
Okay.
You know,
Which one was your highlight, your personal highlight of the festival?
playing, playing the festival. Playing the people, and the highlight was when Kirk came and jammed 2 songs with us. He came on stage and we played Trapped Under Ice, and we did Heaven and Hell, and jamming with Kirk is fun. Such a nice guy, and you could tell, when he came up and jammed with us, he had a big smile on his face, like he's really, really happy to just play music, and that was really cool. And outside of that, I mean, just checking out his horror collection, everything horror in there is like amazing. The stuff that he, has and acquired throughout the years, it's like, wow, it's cool to see.
Well, next up for a Dead Angel, for what I understand, is Australia.
Yeah,
I know
Australia and Asia.
I know it's a big market. It's been opening for the last couple of years after the success of the Soundwave Festival. What are your expectations of Australia now, this time around?
Expecting it to be awesome. I mean, we've been getting a lot of emails and messages via Facebook. When you come into Australia, when you come to Australia, and we didn't go out there for the Relentless Retribution. The last time we were out there was the tail end, excuse me, of killing season. And when we released Relentless, it's just been, Australia was like, come on down, come on down. Then we didn't go down for Relentless Dream Calls for Blood release, and we've just been getting a lot of mail from there. So we're expecting it to be a fun time. And, we're going out there with Creator.
Yes.
So with 2 bands going out to Australia, it's just going to be nothing but, I think the fans are going to be excited that 2 thrash bands are coming together.
That kind of is a long time since the last time you guys were there. How difficult it gets to put a set list that covers part of you guys' material in sync with the new material.
It's hard to put a set list together, because we have, there's I think 7 studio albums or something, and everyone wants to hear like these songs and that song, whatever. But I mean, you can't please everyone. We're just gonna write what feels good, and we're gonna think about, well, we haven't been to Australia, so we better add songs that people need to hear. But we're gonna also mix it up. It's gonna be heavy towards Relentless and Dream Calls for Blood, but we're gonna have a few classics in there.
Sweet. Well, I guess the Australian fans gonna be lucky this year.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be lucky. They're gonna get a set list that's gonna be awesome.
All right, and after Australia, what is next for Dead Angel for the rest of the year?
Well, we do Australia and Asia with Creator. We're gonna do Australia, then we fly to do Taipei and Pulp SummerSlam in the Philippines, and after that, we're gonna go to Europe for the summer festivals, and it's going to take us till the end of summer. And we plan to go back out in the fall. We're not sure who with, but we're going to do it. We're
So,
going to probably be busy towards the end of the year.
so do you think it's going to be another 3 years touring cycle?
Kind of hard to say. Kind of hard to say. We didn't think we were going to go 3 years on Relentless, but the offers kept coming, the tours kept coming, and it was just we just wanted to keep going. But it could be three, it could be two, it could be one, it could be six. Who knows? We'll see. It's kind of hard to say right now.
Well, Ted, thank you very much for taking the time to speak in here with us at the H Metal. Definitely good luck with the rest of the tour. Good luck in Australia and part of Asia. And definitely looking forward for tonight. Checking, I mean, we saw it last year, but definitely it's always unexpected to have Dead Angel on town.
Thank you very much.